Sure. I'll go one each here. Sabrina, I'll start with you and the person on your lap. Um, when it came to returning to Oregon, obviously there was a lot of talk about what could have been when it came to that 2020 season. So how did everything that you were able to soak in tonight allow you to get some closure, some healthy closure?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was amazing to be able to come back, and it's something I've always dreamed about every time I've come back as an alumni watching games here, just to be able to take the court one more time. And obviously, never thought that that would be something that I would be able to do, and just knowing that I've got the chance to kind of come back at Matt Night and kind of continue to leave an impact in this community, and just thankful for the fans that have shown me so much love throughout my career. And this was just a thank you. This wasn't, any type of celebration for me. I think it was just me wanting to celebrate the University of Oregon and what it's done for me in my career.
I appreciate that. And Nyara, for you, how do you think you're a different player now than who you were when you last played here?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm all in all like the same type of player. Obviously, I've gotten better in like different aspects of my game, and just more of a confident player. But I mean, it really is only my now third season out of college. So I feel like I still have a long way to go, obviously. But yeah, I think I want to say I'm more of a just confident player, and I mean, my teammates make it also really easy for me, so that helps.
Thank you, thank you.
We'll go to Miles.
Hey, Sab, caught fire in that second half. Can you just take us through what you were thinking on that logo three that you hit?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really realize how far I was, but I think just playing into the energy and the arena, and figured I might as well shoot one like I used to back when I was here, and thankful it went in and the crowd erupted. But it was fun. I mean, my teammates kind of sacrificed a lot for me and Nyara here. Just knowing how much it means for the both of us to come back, and they were bought in this entire weekend, and to be able to have a team that's so committed to just seeing us happy is why we're so connected, and why we're thankful to be a part of this team.
Turn over to the room.
One for each of you. Sab, you've created so many of the great moments here, and for a lot of people in attendance, particularly those the age of the young one in your lap there, two of the biggest will be the national game and tonight. And yet those were exhibitions that don't, quote unquote, count towards something. This is almost Pollyanna, but what meaning do you find in those moments that they didn't count towards a win somewhere, they're not in a record book, but yet they mean a lot when there's the first sellout since you were last here?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just understanding the footprint and the legacy that you can leave in a community. And, both of us have been a part of that. Both of us were able to be here during that time when we played Team USA and won here in front of a sellout crowd, and now being able to be here tonight, come back and play at the University of Oregon, a university that has helped us get to where we're at. And a huge part of that is the community, and being able to see so many young kids in attendance that I watched grow up. Like, I watched them be the ball boy and girl. I watched them show up, be in the stands, and now they're continuing to get taller and taller and are playing high school here and are coming to my camps. And I've just been able to watch them grow up. And I think that's what makes Oregon so special, is the community and the relationships that you're able to build here. And for us to be on that kind of side of history and continue to come back and give back, and understanding how important it is for us to be Ducks, is why we're here today.
While you got to be a part of and see those experiences and all five of the prior sellouts here when y'all were here, you didn't get to be on the court for them. And you had the COVID year, but you had a couple of fine moments in your season with fans. You had the UConn game where you beat up on them, and you had the Arizona game before that. But where does tonight rank in terms of the games that you played in this building and actually got to experience on the court as a player?
Yeah, I mean, it ranks pretty high. Obviously, this is a very special moment. For me, it's a separate category. I don't really, it's like, because this is like with a whole different team. But it ranks pretty high, just being able to come back here and experience that with the crowd and obviously this team means a lot.
Sabrina, there were 12,000 people here, which is something that hasn't happened a whole lot since you've left. And I know you were expecting that in one way, but when you get to the game and that crowd is cheering you from the time that you start warming up to the time that you leave the court, what does that sound like, and what sort of impact does that make on you?
I mean, you know, I would say I was kind of surprised. Like, I had a feeling that when we were talking about this, I knew people would show up for Nyara and I. That's just what Ducks do, is they continue to just believe and support you throughout your career. I just had no idea that this would be a sellout, and that so many people have been talking about showing up, and the buzz around the city the last few weeks about this game. And you know, I feel like I got emotional when they played the you know, before the game, the buzzer went off, and I just kind of started looking around the arena and saw every single seat taken, and you know, I kind of was looking at all the areas that I used to when I sat there getting ready for an Oregon game, and I kind of got teary-eyed, and I was like, all right, I got to lock back in. The game's about to start, but this is something in my career that I will never forget, is being able to come back and play a game at the University of Oregon.
Sabrina, I'm just curious on your kind of observations of where the University of Oregon program is at right now, and kind of what you've seen them building towards, and maybe your response to the return of the NCAA tournament this last spring.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super excited to be able to see that no player is transferred and comes back, and I think it's super important to continue to just build, you know, what we have here, and to see the investment, you know, in women's basketball. I saw the team here tonight, and, you know, I hope this continues to just motivate them to kind of want to be like us, to be able to continue to just immerse themselves in this community, because everyone, you know, is just in love with the women's basketball program. And with you as an individual, if you buy in and give it your all every single time you step out there, and be your best basketball player, but also just be a great person in the community. And I hope that this inspired them to want to be that as well.
Yeah, Sabrina, I know shoot around, you said you were looking forward to Shout, and you come right out after Shout and hit those three-pointers right to start the fourth quarter and score 11 in the fourth quarter. Did that rile you up? Did it kind of bring you back a little bit to your Oregon days, kind of getting that Shout thing and get you ready for that fourth quarter?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we were talking about it before, Nyara and I, how excited we were to be able to hear it again. There's nothing quite like the energy in the arena when Shout goes on, and it kind of reels you back into being like, it's go time. It's time to lock in, and that's kind of why I smiled right after I hit that shot, because it's just kind of reminiscent to how it was when I was in college here and that song played. But, you know, Shout is Oregon, and I think anytime you hear that and you see the crowd react and does what they do, it just kind of reminds you of the importance of being a Duck.
Exactly.
Just a Liberty question. You guys, like, obviously made a lot of strides from Friday's game to this one. Seemed like the ball was moving better and just overall better flow, especially with Stewie back. Just want to know how you feel about the team and where you guys are at, you know, being 5-6 days away from season opener.
Yeah, I think we're right where we want to be. Being able to continue to build chemistry with one another, continue to grow, you know, take these games as a moment to kind of lock in and figure out what we want to continue to get better at, and I think we did that tonight.
Wow. Crashing our wow. Royalty.
This is like old timers when he would make fun of me sitting up here. Talk about my turnovers. Let me see what I got.
God. Flip it.
We can talk about that tonight.
No, I have two.
Okay. You had two?
Support that you guys got here tonight, and the support that women's basketball has traditionally gotten in the state of Oregon, how exciting is it for you, and what does it say about the growth of women's basketball that the WNBA is coming back to Portland?
Yeah, I mean, I'm so excited. You know, understanding the fan base that is built here in Eugene, but in Oregon as a whole, and knowing they're going to come out and support. And, you know, knowing us kind of being from here, having played, and, you know, knowing that fans are going to travel a lot. There's a lot of Duck fans in Portland, and so super excited to see how they support that team there, but also how they support us every time we come and play.
Question for both of you. In your hats as Olympians, obviously at the University of Oregon, Eugene, known as Fact-Town USA, what does it mean to you to enhance the legacy of Eugene and of the University of Oregon in the Olympic movement for basketball, including for a gold medal?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really important. I think it's great to have people that played in the Olympics. Obviously, in basketball, Sab, I played in the Olympics. Satu, who is not here right now, but played in the Olympics as well. I think it's really amazing because it's such a big event, and I feel like it's such a significant thing as an athlete. That's something you work towards your whole life. Being able to have that in basketball is amazing. I mean, that's and obviously they won. We didn't do too bad for our first Olympics ever, but maybe next time. Maybe next time in LA.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great opportunity to be able to represent yourself, your country, and tell a little bit of your story. There was other Ducks that were also in the Olympics, so it was really fun to be able to kind of all come together and share that moment as individuals, but as a university as well.
Kelly, coincidentally, this kind of relates, but there's been a lot of question from fans over the years since you guys have left about perhaps making things a little bit more permanent around the building or outside the building to commemorate each of you and your fellow former pros, whether that be a statue or number retirement or the like. What would each of you like to see eventually, particularly you, Sab, but also Nyara? Yes, there's not that many pros out of the program, so what would you like to see and when on that front? And Kelly, when might that happen?
I got this
What
one.
do you want, Nyara?
I think Sab needs a statue. But that's
No, what do you want for yourself?
I think Sab needs a statue. I already told her this. I think she needs puddles, but with her head. We talked about it this morning.
So
Is
she
this
wants me
even
to
on?
be an animal. So she wants me to be an animal.
I think that'd be great. He can have your shoes on though.
Okay, I like
So
that.
it's your head, puddles, but not his feet. It's your
It's
feet.
mine? Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Couldn't look worse than Bling.
I mean, no, I'm fine either way. I understand the kind of legacy that I've left here. My teammates have left, especially us that are in the pros. And I'm just thankful for everything the university has done for me and supported me. I'm not that type of person that sits up here and demands something. This university has given me much more than I could ever repay it, and so I'm forever thankful for that.
Is that big coming?
Oh, I assume it's come at some point. It's above my pay grade, though. I'm not paid to make those kind of decisions, but you know, it was pretty special to watch these two here tonight. That was neat. That's the legacy they left. I mean, a statue's nice, but they left themselves in the hearts of Ducks everywhere. I mean, you saw it tonight, and that was pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Take a few more.
Kelly, you're looking tan. Just wanted to ask you.
Okay. Thank you.
I think he likes your tan. He
Yeah.
might want, he need
I've
one.
actually been working, so, okay. If you've seen my golf game, you know what work it looks like.
Obviously, this was a celebration of these two up here, but you know, also, did it feel to you like an opportunity to kind of honor the 2020 team and you know the greatness that they were able to showcase?
Yeah, I thought that was why this game was really important in some ways. You know, Sabrina in particular, I mean, Nyara was on that team in 2020 but didn't play on that group. You know, she never got any closure here. You know, we, before the NCAA tournaments, started, the tournament was, you know, I guess, how would you put it? We didn't do it, canceled. That's a good way to put it. But, you know, she would have had 2 home games, and there would have been a bit of closure. You know, she would have known this is my last game at Matthew Knight Arena, and she just never got that opportunity. So that's why I thought this was really cool to do. And then, you know, just to be able to honor these two. Nyara wasn't here as long as Sabrina in terms of her playing on the court, but she was really special. She was a great player and bridged. You know, she was part of the bridge between that group and and the program now. So, you know, we owe a lot to both of them. It was pretty neat. I got emotional a couple times tonight. It was really cool to see. And they talked about the Olympics, and I was at that game, Germany versus USA. And Sabrina let me know she was not happy that I was on the second row behind the German bench. So, but there were 2 Germans in the game and only 1 American that I knew. So,
Coach, for you, obviously, you coached, you know, Sav and Nyara for years in the past, but unless I'm mistaken, I think this is the first time they played at Matthew Knight Arena where you haven't been the coach on the sideline with them. Just what was that like for you, not being on the sideline, but enjoying it as a fan, and for Sav and for Nyara? Were there times that you guys felt like, you know, Coach was just right there with you still on the sidelines, just like it was 5 and 3 years ago today?
yeah, I actually enjoyed being a spectator. You know, no heat on me. I was up there watching, and I actually was grateful that the other team was game tonight. You know, they made it at least a competitive game. But it actually brought back memories of the night we beat Team USA here. And that's what I thought a couple of times during that game, especially when Sabrina went off after shout. Did you know that? You went up, scored 11 in a row after shout. Did you know that?
Someone just told me.
Oh, somebody? All right. So I should be a writer too. But anyway, no, it was just a great evening. Really, really, really special.
I did miss hearing you yelling.
I was yelling.
Well, I didn't hear it
Well.
at me.
So the question for both of you guys, what was the impression of playing against a Japanese team, and then anyone caught your attention? Or
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think every single individual that played as hard as they could, and we battled. Like, it was a close game the entire time, and hats off to them. I think they could have come in and understood, you know, they weren't supposed to win, and they didn't. They battled the entire game. They were shooting the ball really well. They were rebounding better than us, and they did a lot of things that exposed us that we're going to probably have to go back and watch film on how we can be better. And so I would say hats off to them for coming out here and making us better, and also being a part of this. Like, I'm super thankful that they wanted to be able to come here to Eugene and play. Weren't many teams that wanted to play us, and thankfully for them, like, my dream came true to be able to come here and play in Eugene. So I'm forever thankful for the fact that they kind of made the trek all the way out here and competed and played against us.